right, there's some weird stuff always going on in MAGA, but particularly with MAGA influencers. And after Charlie Kirk's murder, a kid named Brilyn Hollyhand has risen up. And you remember, like in the 90s and 2000s, we talked about the manufactured boy bands. Well, MAGA is basically manufacturing influencers. And it appears to me that they're starting them when they're very young and grooming them to be these MAGA influencers so that they can get the youth. Fox News is taking care of the old people, so they need somebody to take care of the youth. 1 hour after Charlie Kirk's murder, this kid, Brilyn, Brilyn, gets on Fox News, and watch his giddy, bizarre reaction. This is wild to me.
An incredible story that you share with us really quickly, Brilyn, about fourth grade, a podcast. That's incredible. And Charlie Kirk appears on your podcast. Tell me about the role he played for you as a mentor.
Yeah, again, it's somebody that didn't have to do that. He was on Fox News every other hour that year. He didn't have to make time for me as an 11-year-old with this upcoming podcast in the fourth grade to come on and join me, but he did. And not only was it a one-time thing, I've interviewed hundreds of people that I've never talked to again. He stayed a mentor, and he texted me up until this week when I was on another Fox show congratulating me. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could have viewed me as competition. He could have said, oh, I'm not going to give this kid time, but he did. And what I think the larger theme here is the left loves to preach tolerance. They love to preach tolerance. And in situations like this, that's the last thing we're seeing. The media coverage on the other side of the aisle is not like this. I was just scrolling through channels. And obviously the person that took this life, this is heartbreaking, Will. And I really hope, if anything, that people get off the sidelines. This weekend, I'm going to a youth rally in South Carolina. And you better believe that I've already had my team shoot me text saying, Brilyn, you really need to caution this. You really need to think about not standing in the middle of a park and speak to the next generation. But I am more energized than ever to carry on this torch, to carry on this legacy, because that's what Charlie would have wanted. He would have wanted us to continue to fight the good fight, just like he did.
I don't know. I just think that's really weird. I mean, this is within an hour of his idol, and he says he's more energized than ever, and immediately has to say they do this mirroring where they say, oh, the left preaches tolerance. And then the inference to that is we're so tolerant, but actually they're so incredibly intolerant. All you have to do is listen to Brilyn's jet stream of bullshit, Charlie Kirk's jet stream of racism and hate. But these people in the right wing, this is something the left wing isn't fully understanding yet. The right wing has all of these pockets of influencers, podcasters, and they have a huge, huge listenership. And that's the only place wherein they get news. And so they're completely indoctrinated into this batshit school of thought. And this kid, I guess, started around 11. All right, here he is when he kicks off his campus tour announcement. Play the clip.
What's up, America? Brilyn Hollyhand here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. We are coming to you right here, right now. Stay in line. We have gotten a third room as we have sold out this campus stop 3 times. But we are coming to you. We will fit you in. Students will get priority, but we will make it happen. I cannot be more excited.
Several things there. Kylie, keep that up just really quick. Paused. He's on a PJ. He has a Rolex. Who is funding this? Does he have a trust fund that could choke a bull and he's just spending, the interest off of that as mailbox money for this? Or is he being funded? So this is wild that this young kid, immediately an hour after Charlie Kirk is murdered, is on Fox News, giddy AF. And then within a few days later, he's on a PJ sporting his Rolex. I guess it's Mr. Relatable. And he's kicking off his campus tour. I think this is sus AF. I think this is wild. And so let's go ahead and look at another video as we try to piece together who is funding this and why they would fund this. Play the next video, Kylie.
What we're seeing going on right now across college campuses all over the country, specifically Yale and Columbia, they're getting shut down and overrun by these anti-Jew protesters, these pro-Gaza protesters, these terrorist sympathizers. That's what they are. Let's call it out for what it is. It's disgusting. It's vile. It's inhumane. Listen, the Democrat Party is being radio silent on this. Why? Because these are their own supporters. And in the case of Ilhan Omar, her actual daughter out there standing in the picket line and protesting us. It's disgusting. And they should be calling it out. It's pretty easy to come on and say, hey, we're pro-Israel. We're pro-Jewish people. We're pro-America. It's that simple. But instead, the Democrats are supporting this anti-Israel message being spouted by their supporters out there in Columbia and Yale. And they're supporting this Death to America chant by letting this continue on. They've got to put a stop to this. On the other hand, Republicans are pro-Israel, we're pro-America, and we're pro-protecting Jewish citizens not only in Israel, but...
All right. Good luck with that at the ballot box, Brilyn. But first and foremost, this whole ruse that has happened with Israel, and clearly you can tell by that video, I don't know this for a fact, but if I were to put two and two together, I would say that Israel's probably funding the PJ, et cetera, because we have video now of Benjamin Netanyahu over the weekend sitting down with American TikTok influencers, and he sees that as the next weapon in his propaganda war. And here is the problem with messaging like that. This is not a real black and white issue, but what is black and white is there is a genocide going on right now, and Israel is doing it with the support, financial and governmental support of the United States government. And college students historically have protested against war. And this is a time that when we all studied World War II and we saw what happened with the Holocaust, we said, why didn't anybody do anything? Well, that's what these college kids are doing. But because the Israel lobby and Benjamin Netanyahu, their only thing that they have to put back at them is to say you're being anti-Semitic, which is so chicken shit. It's such a bullshit accusation to say to people that are standing up for these civilians. The majority of these deaths in Palestine are women and children. So here's Brilyn, this big MAGA Christian, who clearly is funded by Israel. And Benjamin Netanyahu has a problem on the left, and he also has a problem on the right. So not all right-wingers now believe the way Brilyn does. You have Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and a lot of others that see that the United States unilateral support for Israel is damaging us. And Israel's polling is at an all-time low, thank God, because of what they're doing. And all they keep talking about now are these land developments. They plan to ethnically cleanse the strip, but they have to keep the youth and somehow the algorithms engaged. So they trot out this guy, which I'm going to go ahead and say it, is clearly a DL demon queen, just in training, in waiting, funded by Israel, that is feeding kids a jet stream of bullshit and hate about what is happening. And this is the problem with abusers. And that's what Israel and the United States government are doing to people that can hear with their own ears and see with their own eyes. They're abusing you. They're gaslighting you. What you are seeing happening in Palestine is a genocide. The Israeli government wants to propagandize to make you think that's not what it is. They want to call Hamas and Palestinians terrorists. Is Hamas a terrorist organization? Yeah. Are Palestinians writ large terrorist organizations? No. They want to do the same shit we want to do. They want to go to school. They want to go to their job. They want to look on TikTok. They want to live their lives. Is Israel a terrorist organization? I'm going to say right now, yes, they are. And so we have to be very clear about what's happening. And the number one promoter of anti-Semitism right now is Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government. I mean, if you want to make Jews less safe around the world, keep going down this road that you're going on. Because the reason anti-Semitism is rising is because people don't like genocide. And then you give us a black and white choice that we have to pick. Either you turn your eyes at genocide and you don't stand up for it and you have no moral compass and you have to say, I support Israel, or you say, this is bullshit. This is a war crime and you need to be in prison. And then you say you're an anti-Semite. We're not stupid like the MAGA base. Maybe Brilyn can go out and do this. And this hits hard with the deeply indoctrinated evangelical Christians. But your bleeding support because you're a murderous right-wing fascist, Benjamin Netanyahu. That's just the fact of the matter. All right. And lastly, I'm going to leave you all with a tweet, because not everybody in MAGA even is buying Brilyn's rise. And so Sam Parker, I think he's a MAGA influencer, said, I've never heard of Brilyn Hollyhand, but it took about 10 seconds to figure out why he's popping off in my feed all of a sudden with millions of views. And so here we have Brilyn tweeting, peace through strength, America must stand with Israel. Democrats are anti-Israel. Republicans proudly stand with Israel. We stand with Israel. Okay, here's the thing, you guys. This is not only ridiculous, it means you're standing with genocide, but it also, at this moment, for the American electorate, as we are about a year away from the midterms, this is not a winning thing. And the Democrats either have a choice here. You can either let the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, who are true anti-Semites, true Jew haters, and grifters, that are going to go out to rural America, and they are going to say, MAGA has been Israel first. Now MAGA is Argentina first. People in Israel have health care. They get higher education paid for free. They're not drowning in medical debt. They're not drowning in student debt. And we're paying for all of it while they kill little kids. So let's really be the America First Party. And you have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson that are making that comment, because our Democratic leadership is beholden to the same Israeli donors who donated around $300 million to Kanks. We all spoke about, oh my God, Elon Musk gave Kanks $300 million. He bought the election. Well, so did Israel. And so until we have an opposition party that addresses this, that vacuum is going to be filled. And unless Democrats start talking about the immediate needs of Americans and the affordability crisis, and the fact that we are funding these social structures, the social safety net, to another country, and they can afford that for their citizens because we pay for all of their military provocations, but you don't have that at home, we're going to continue to have real problems. So this is an immediate messaging that Democrats could hop onto, because you have all these crazy grifters out there. But clearly, Brilyn it's getting sniffed out. He's a shill for Israel, and there's going to be a lot more of these popping up. They're about to take over the TikTok algorithms. Benjamin Netanyahu wants to take over the X algorithms. I think he's going to have quite a problem with Elon Musk, who we all know is an unapologetic Nazi that does Sig Heils. But in all of this insanity, there is a true moral clarity here. And the Democrats have to come and capture that. And that moral clarity is, we will not fund genocide. The Israeli government has taken a fascist, war hawk, hard right, absolute war criminal turn, and we will not fund it. Our taxpayers that have medical debt, student loan debt, suffering from inflation, they're not going to take on this problem anymore. We are going to be the party of moral clarity, and we're getting them off the American taxpayer tit. It's such a layup that you could even say we need to get the Elon Musks and all of the subsidies and the Palantirs off the American taxpayer tit. It's such a layup for Democrats to go make this message. And if they don't do it, you're going to leave a vacuum for the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the Tucker Carlsons, and whoever else these crazy right-wing influences are that are already criticizing this Brilyn Hollyhand. I mean, I can't even believe that's his real name. But anyway, I just wanted to point all of this out to you, because I think as we advance towards our opposition to this fascist regime, I think it's important we know what the other side is doing and what's happening with them, because we're all in our silos. And so please make sure you're subscribed to our channel and you like this video and share it. And we'll be back later with more news.